Good evening. Well, the Air Force football team has been practicing for a week now, and so far so good aside from the early dismissal of 5 players. Air Force and RIT are playing for the right to get that automatic bid for the NCAA tournament. There was no amount of snow that was going to keep these diehard wrestling fans away from the Pepsi Center for this weekend's State Wrestling Championships. Coming soon to a stop near you, the Broncos will be touring several cities in Colorado.
Good evening, Josh.
Good evening, Rob. How you doing? Great night for football this week. That's right, Rob. A big deal indeed as Peyton Manning signed to the tune of 5 years for $96 million. And now this 6'7" righty's turning heads, and it won't be long before he's in the big league. It's never easy saying goodbye, especially when Wasson High School has been a foundation of the community since 1959. But now that father figure has to explain why a DUI has been added to his image. Good evening. Well, we aren't even in the football season yet, and the Broncos player is making the headlines for all the wrong reasons. And it's no bench warmer either. It's two-time Pro Bowl defensive end Elvis Dumervil. The Nuggets without Wilson Chandler and that man, Ty Lawson, for a second straight game, but it didn't matter because when you have Kenneth Fareed, good things happen. As the Nuggets win this one by the final score of 101-95, they'll go for number 16 Monday night at New Orleans. Tonight, Doherty hosting Castleview, and it's always a good idea to keep an eye on the ball when you are shooting on the sideline, right? Well, it's also a good idea to keep an eye on the moving objects, but don't worry, I held my ground right there. Second quarter, Castleview leading by 1. Matt Lindley of the Spartans comes charging through to pick up that sack. Castleview would then go through the air, and it would work. Trevor Smeaton, the nice pass, and a nice adjustment there by Ryan Feely. Came down with it, takes it all the way to the house, 14-6 Castleview. Now the SaberCats will put another 7 points on the board. This time it's Feely again. On the ground, getting to the outside, reaches over the pylon for the touchdown. Castleview led 21-12 at the half. But on Doherty's first possession of the second half, it's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's Brandon Super now with a tight spiral to Zach Anderson. Castleview, 2-point winners over Doherty, 34-32, the final from Gary Berry. Then check out this play at second base by Ernan Irabarren. That's big league right there on ESPN's top 10, probably. For Fresno. Nick Noonan singles home Connor Gillespie. The Grizzlies roll in game 2 as well. 9-1 the final. Same two teams tomorrow night. Well, there were 4 mini fights in the first period, but when they weren't scuffling, it was some good hockey. 4 different CC players touching the puck on this offensive sequence, but no goal. A few minutes later, the Tigers would cash in Jared Hansen, his second goal of the year. The wicked wrister gives CC a 1-0 lead in the first. Joe Howe, superb in the net with cat-like reflexes, able to snag that one. The Tigers take care of North Dakota by the final score of 5-3. Like many games, this was a game of big runs and big droughts. Illinois jumped out to a 17-point lead, and they took that lead into the half. But then the Buffs go on a run, 21-0 run to start the second half. Askia Booker knocks down the triple, cutting the lead to 12. And then it's Josh Scott, the Lewis Palmer standout, gets it down low and gives the Buffs the lead for the first time in the second half. The Buffs would go nearly 5 minutes, though, after that without scoring a bucket, and the Illini take over. The Illini get the 57-49 win. Next up, the boys and Jordan Scott, fresh off his state championship with Lewis Palmer. Jordan Scott putting the moves on early. The nice crossover and then kiss off the glass. Nice move there. Richie Perret. He was a sight to see for Wasson all year long in his final year here. Knocks down the triple. Nothing but net. The Monster Truck Competition was in town over the weekend. There were kids of all ages that came out and watched the Monsters of Destruction. There were also kids of all ages driving those monsters. One of those drivers, 9-year-old KJ Olsen Weston. Yes, I said 9 years old. KJ Olsen Weston, a.k.a. Kid KJ, is a big fan of trucks.
Well, actually, I went to a monster truck show when I was 3, and I said I wanted to be a monster truck driver.
You know, I didn't really take it seriously to the extent that you would anticipate that a kid would want to drive a monster truck at 3.
But KJ wasn't kidding around.
And my dad got me a monster truck go-kart, and I said it wasn't a real one.
It wasn't out of the ordinary for him to ask something like that, but I really never thought real monster truck.
At just 9 years old, KJ and his 7-year-old brother Jake make up the youngest monster truck driving combo.
The kids are out there really doing what they want to do, and there's a smile and a happiness when they do it, and the fun with the fans. I mean, they love pleasing the fans, and that gives you a big smile.
KJ drives the Monster Bear.
I've already had a stuffed bear when I was little, and also when I was really little, my brothers were scaring me with monsters.
And now it's KJ and his bear scaring the competition as they compete in nearly 100 shows a year.
Well, I just like riding bikes over anything in my path, like a monster truck.
KJ can handle the real monster. Me, on the other hand, well, I just have to stick to the smaller four-wheeler.
And a tip is, all you need with the monster truck is speed. That's all it takes.
All right, well, I think you need a little more than speed, but congratulations to KJ. Peyton Manning has taken his talents to Denver after finalizing a 5-year, $96 million deal early Tuesday morning.
You have options, and you really believe that you can make any of them work. I've always believed that it's up to me and the people here around me to make this the right decision.
He spent time in Denver and realizes what a great fan base we have and how enthusiastic our fans are about the Denver Broncos.
The soon-to-be 36-year-old says the Colts are the only team he's ever known, so this free agency was a wild ride.
I have to do my role. I accept great responsibility in being the best player that I could be to help this team win, but I'm gonna use the resources around me because I'm gonna need their help, and so I will lean on John, I will lean on Coach Fox, and all the other teammates that I'm looking forward to getting to know.
And as far as the Broncos worry about Peyton's health,
No, we don't have Plan B. We're going Plan A.
Good evening. Well, last season, Tim Tebow treated Denver and the rest of the NFL world to Tebowing, going down on one knee. Then this year in Washington, the rookie from Baylor, RG3, introduced us to griffining, which is sitting on your behind with your hands in the air. This came after his touchdown pass to Pierre Garçon. Well, if you saw the Broncos and Texans game on Sunday, then you might remember seeing Wesley Woodyard with the one-handed interception. Then he did a little dance of his own. This one a little more active than the two previous poses I talked about. This is a dance, and we here at News Channel 13 Sports call it Woodyarding.
That's an inside joke between me, Joe Mays, and Tracy Porter. But, you know, I got it from Jean-Claude Van Damme on Bloodsport. So, you know, it was exciting to get a chance to do it. I told him I was going to do it when I made a big play. So, you know, I tried to just bring a little life back into the team.
Now, Woodyard tells me it was just a one-time dance, and he doesn't know if it'll happen again, but a dance like that could sweep the nation. It could be another phenomenon started right here in the state of Colorado. But we asked some people right here in the newsroom to give us their best Wesley Woodyard dances. We had some good ones. It's already spread throughout the newsroom. Who knows? It could soon be another Colorado phenomenon, as I mentioned. Even I jumped in and gave my best interpretation of the dance. That's right. Who knows? We may be onto something here.
Oh, wow. We have Gangnam Style and now Woodyarding,
Yeah.
and it's Dancing with the Stars time.
Exactly.
Get it on down here. Yeah.
It's a trifecta.
Yeah, we'll have to see what dance he does next. But like I said, it's an inside joke between him and a couple players on the team. And maybe it'll be another dance. Who knows? But that was fun.